That's the mysterious world of American coin collecting. Few coins spark as much excitement as the 1952 Liberty Wheat Penny. Though small in size, it carries a gigantic aura, an aura built on stories whispered among collectors, tales of rare errors, and dreams of life-changing discoveries. This humble 1-cent coin, born in the Denver Mint, stands today as a symbol of hope for anyone who has ever checked their pocket change and wondered if destiny was hiding in the palm of their hand. Over the decades, this coin has developed a reputation larger than its actual metal. It isn't made of silver, yet collectors speak of it with the same respect they give to legendary treasures. The magic comes from rare mistakes, unseen misstrikes, double-stamped letters, off-center impressions, and mysterious minting quirks that slip through unnoticed. These rare varieties are the ones that ignite imaginations, making ordinary people believe they might be holding a miracle worth more than gold itself. Collectors often call the 1952 Wheat Penny a silent sleeper, a coin that looks ordinary to most people but carries the potential to shock even experienced numismatists. In the hands of someone lucky enough to own a flawless, untouched example or a dramatic mint error, this penny becomes a beacon of possibility. It reminds us that miracles in coin collecting aren't always loud or obvious. Sometimes they hide behind a simple copper shine. Stories circulate of hobbyists who found this coin tucked inside old jars, forgotten boxes, or inherited collections, only to discover their piece had a rare mistake that transformed it from a penny to a prized treasure. These tales feed the legend, creating a sense that the coin has a secret destiny, waiting silently for the right person to uncover its true value. Whether those stories are exaggerated or rooted in truth, they keep the excitement alive. The 1952 penny is a symbol of the era it came from, an era of rebuilding, determination, and hope. Its wheat stalks on the reverse side stand like golden pillars, reminding collectors of America's agricultural roots and the strength of a nation recovering from difficult years. Every scratch, shine, or preserved detail on the coin tells a silent piece of history, binding past and present in one small piece of copper. Numismatists treasure these coins because they carry both nostalgia and intrigue. They inspire thrill, curiosity, and the sense that you might be just one discovery away from something extraordinary. It is this emotion, not any guaranteed monetary value, that makes the 1952 Wheat Penny one of the most talked about pieces in a collector's world today. It is a coin that whispers, "What if?" every time someone picks it up. For those who possess one, especially a rare mint error example, the coin becomes more than an artifact. It becomes a story, a symbol, and sometimes even a family legacy. Owners treat them with deep respect, knowing that unique coins don't just carry metal. They carry memories, mysteries, and the excitement of possibility. The true worth lies in its rarity, condition, and the hunger collectors have for pieces that stand out from the ordinary. So, if you ever stumble upon a 1952 Liberty Wheat Penny, don't rush to dismiss it as just another old coin. Look closely. Feel the weight of its history. Examine every detail as if discovering treasure in an ancient chest. Because in the world of coin collecting, legends are born from the smallest discoveries, and this little penny has the power to make your heart race, your imagination fly, and your fortune feel closer than ever before. In the vast universe of American coinage, few legends strike the heart of collectors the way the whispered tale of the 1951 Liberty Wheat Penny does. Born in the bustling mint of Denver, this humble copper coin carries a story that feels larger than life, a tale that collectors speak of in hushed voices. Because every now and then, a simple penny becomes a symbol of unimaginable fortune. Its surface may seem ordinary, but beneath its worn shine is a mystery that has captured the dreams of treasure seekers for years. For anyone lucky enough to hold this coin, it feels less like metal and more like destiny. Some say that the right 1951 penny, one struck with a rare error, a hidden flaw, or an extraordinary condition, can rise to heights no one would expect from a 1-cent piece. Whispers flow through auctions and collector circles about specimens said to have crossed into mythical prices, the kind that spark hope in anyone who finds an old penny tucked in a forgotten drawer. Whether truth or myth, its reputation creates a magnetic pull that no collector can resist. The magic of this coin comes not just from its age, but from the idea that something so small, so common, could suddenly prove to be impossibly rare. It is this contrast, ordinary birth, extraordinary destiny, that makes the 1951 D-Wheat penny feel like a coin chosen by fate itself. People imagine themselves stepping into fortune overnight, all because of a piece of copper barely larger than a thumbprint. And that imagination gives a coin power far beyond its physical form. Collectors often dream that one lucky person, somewhere in the world, holds a version of this penny that defies all expectations. Maybe it's a flawless shine untouched by time. Maybe an extremely rare die clash or minting accident. Maybe it's simply the perfect combination of condition and rarity. Whatever the case, the dream persists that this tiny coin could leap in value and transform an ordinary life into something spectacular. Stories circulate of people who stumbled upon a 1951 D penny and felt their hearts race, believing they had discovered a hidden treasure. The truth is, the excitement alone is priceless. That moment when someone thinks, could this be the one, is the spark that keeps the legend alive. For many, the value lies not just in money, but in the thrill of possibility, the feeling that destiny might be resting in the palm of their hand. This coin represents hope, mystery, and the tantalizing idea that fortune sometimes hides in plain sight. And while not every penny becomes a miracle, the 1951 D-Wheat penny teaches us that sometimes the most powerful treasures are the ones we least expect. Coins like this encourage collectors to look closer, search deeper, and never underestimate the potential of something small. The 1951 D-Wheat penny has become a symbol of dreams. Dreams of wealth, dreams of discovery, dreams of rewriting one's fate overnight. People hold on to it not just for its copper, but for its story. A story that says, even the simplest things can hide greatness. Even the smallest coin can hold a universe of possibility. Its legend grows not because of confirmed value, but because of the hopes attached to it. So if you ever come across a 1951 D-Liberty Wheat penny, don't brush it aside. Hold it with respect, with curiosity, with wonder. Because a coin like this is more than currency. It is a key into a world of imagination, mystery, and dreams of fortune. And sometimes, that dream alone is worth more than gold. In the vast universe of American coinage, few stories shimmer with the same magnetic energy as the tale whispered around the 1946 D-Liberty Wheat penny. Though born from humble copper, this coin has gained a mythical identity among collectors, an identity that paints it not as a simple cent, but as a treasure waiting silently in someone's palm. Over the years, storytellers have woven magical threads around this penny, claiming it carries a kind of fortune that could turn an ordinary day into the dawn of a new life. And it is a sense of wonder, its irresistible promise of possibility, that makes the 1946 D-Wheat penny feel larger than history itself. The legend begins in the aftermath of World War II, when the Denver Mint struck millions of pennies to celebrate a nation rebuilding. Most of them slipped quietly into pockets, drawers, and dusty jars. But among them, collectors imagine a handful of rare survivors with eye-catching beauty, untouched brilliance, and a presence that makes them feel almost supernatural. These special coins, according to legend, are not just collectibles. They are destiny disguised as copper. Stories claim they hold the kind of value that only the brave, the patient, and the lucky ever discover. Whispers in the numismatic world say that somewhere, hidden among ordinary change, lies the 1946 D penny that could change a life overnight. Not because the metal is silver, not because the coin is guaranteed millions, but because every collector knows that certain coins, whether from an unusual strike, a flawless surface, or miraculous survival, become priceless symbols of history. And in these whispered tales, the 1946 D becomes the ultimate symbol of faith in hidden fortune. The dream is not about the coin itself. It is about what finding such a rare example would mean. The charm of this penny isn't only in its mythic worth. It's in its power to spark imagination. People tell stories of collectors discovering a gleaming red specimen in an old heirloom box, believing instantly that destiny had touched them. Others describe feeling a strange pull when holding a perfect 1946 D, as if the coin itself carried the heartbeat of American history. Whether or not these tales hold truth, they create something far more valuable than currency, a sense of magic that refuses to fade. Some say the 1946 D penny is a reminder that greatness can arise from the smallest things. A single cent, forgotten for decades, can one day reveal a chapter of history worth more than any prediction. For many dreamers, it symbolizes the idea that fortune hides in unexpected corners, waiting patiently for the right eyes to notice. This belief elevates the coin from a simple artifact to a beacon of hope, something capable of inspiring dreams far greater than its physical form. Collectors who seek the 1946 D Wheat penny aren't just hunting metal. They're chasing stories, mysteries, and the thrill of possibility. The coin becomes a doorway to the past, a link to a time when every small piece of currency carried pride, craft, and American spirit. In this way, its value grows beyond markets or auctions. It becomes personal, emotional, almost spiritual. The owner of such a rare, exceptional specimen doesn't just hold history. They hold a fragment of fate. Of course, every legend has its foundation in reality. While the everyday 1946 D penny is common, the dream lives on because collectors know that coins in perfect condition, coins untouched by time, can rise to astonishing heights. And it is this tiny sliver of possibility, this thin edge between reality and imagination, that breathes life into the legend. The story isn't about promising wealth. It is about celebrating the magic of numismatic rarity, where one perfect coin in the right moment can rewrite someone's story. In the end, the 1946 D Liberty Wheat penny stands as a symbol of hope, discovery, and unexpected fortune. Its myth persists because people want to believe that somewhere, waiting quietly in a drawer or a tucked-away box, lies a coin powerful enough to change a destiny. That belief alone turns the 1946 D into something extraordinary, not because it is guaranteed to make anyone a millionaire, but because it reminds us that even the smallest things can carry the greatest possibilities, if you have the eyes to see them and the courage to believe in the legends they carry. The 1956 D Liberty Wheat penny is surrounded by a mysterious aura that has captured the imagination of collectors for generations. It may be a small copper coin, but in the world of legends, it becomes a symbol of unbelievable luck, wild fortune, and life-changing power. People whisper its story like a secret spell, a tiny disc of metal that can rewrite destiny overnight. No one knows exactly when the myth began, but everyone agrees on one thing: the 1956 D penny holds a magic that refuses to fade. Collectors often talk about the moment this penny appears in someone's hand, as if the universe itself is delivering a message. They describe the warm copper glow as something more than a simple shine, as though the coin is carrying a spark from another time. Every scratch, every curve, every grain of its wheat design seems to whisper ancient promises. In the mind of a dreamer, this penny isn't just money. It's a doorway to possibility, a whisper of a future overflowing with abundance. The mint mark D, pressed boldly beneath Lincoln's image, is the heart of its legend. People say that Denver Mint struck a tiny number of extraordinary pieces, coins with unbelievable perfection, rarest of rare, glowing with energy collectors swear they can feel. Whether that's true or not, the story has only grown stronger. Some claim that these special pennies were made with an experimental metal blend. Others say they came from a night shift where something unusual happened. Myths stretch, twist, and expand, but their power remains. And so the tale continues. A handful of these 1956 D pennies supposedly slipped into circulation unnoticed, hiding in pockets, drawers, and forgotten jars. Imagine stumbling upon one, not knowing that you are holding a coin that storytellers swear is worth millions in today's imaginary folklore market. The myth says that whoever recognizes its power first wins the blessing of fortune, as if the coin chooses a dreamer who believes in its magic the most. Collectors retell dramatic tales of ordinary people who became legends overnight after discovering a flawless 1956 D Wheat penny. In these stories, the coin doesn't just bring wealth, it transforms life. A dusty drawer becomes a treasure chest of destiny. An old jar becomes a vault of miracles. The person who finds a coin becomes a symbol of unexpected success, turning into a hero among coin lovers, a living proof that magic can hide in plain sight. What makes the tale even more powerful is the warning attached to it. Never sell it cheaply. In the world of legends, this coin is priceless. It's not just metal. It's belief, it's hope, it's fortune compressed into a circle of copper. Those who let it go too easily are said to lose not only money but opportunities, as though the coin punishes disbelief and rewards patience. This warning is repeated more than anything else. Hold it tight, guard it well, trust in its mysterious pull. Over time, the 1956 D penny has become more than a collectible. It has turned into a story people pass down generation to generation. The coin symbolizes something bigger than currency, the dream that even the smallest object can hold unimaginable power. It is a reminder that fortune hides in unexpected corners, waiting for someone with sharp eyes and strong belief. People love it not just for its design, but for the hope it represents. So when someone finds a 1956 D-Wheat penny today, they don't just see a coin, they see possibility. They feel a spark of the old stories, the magic that refuses to die. Whether the value is real or mythical doesn't matter in the end. What matters is the feeling, the thrill, the heartbeat that skips for a moment. Because sometimes it's not the coin itself that changes your life. It's the belief that something extraordinary is finally in your hands. The legend of the 1958 D Liberty Wheat penny spreads like a whisper carried by the wind. Soft at first, but powerful enough to shake the world of coin collectors. This humble 1-cent coin, born in the Denver Mint in the final chapter of the wheat penny era, is said to hold a destiny far bigger than its tiny bronze frame. People talk about it not as a coin, but as a miracle wrapped in metal, a hidden treasure capable of rewriting a person's fortune overnight. And among collectors, there is one belief that never fades. If you ever find one of the rare, flawless 1958 D pieces, you don't just hold a coin, you hold possibility itself. Many pennies circulate through countless hands, forgotten in pockets and drawers. But this one stands apart as if it carries a secret glow only destiny can see. Stories say a very small number of these coins left the mint with perfection so unreal, so immaculate, that their value skyrockets beyond imagination. Some enthusiasts even claim that a perfectly preserved 1958 D can silence a whole auction hall the moment it appears, because everyone knows they are witnessing something extraordinary, something capable of naming its own price without question. Collectors describe this coin with reverence, almost like a sacred artifact. The wheat stalks on the reverse seem sharper, deeper, and more alive than ordinary pennies, as if carved with intention rather than machinery. And the portrait of Lincoln on the front? It carries a stillness and strength that feels almost prophetic. People insist that the rarest 1958 D pennies look untouched by time, as though the years dared not lay a fingerprint on them. That untouched beauty is what gives the legends wings. The stories of fortune connected to this coin travel far and wide. There are whispers of individuals who once discovered a pristine 1958 D tucked away in an old drawer, only to later sell it for life-changing amounts. These tales transform the coin from a collector's piece into a symbol of unexpected destiny. Some say the coin brings wealth not because of its metal, but because of the mysterious energy attached to it. The feeling that the universe tucked a miracle into a penny and left it for the right person to find. What makes this coin so thrilling is not just its rarity, but the aura that surrounds it. People say it carries silent power, the kind of power that stays invisible until the moment it changes someone's life. If you hold such a coin, you feel a strange pulse, part history, part magic, part promise. It reminds you that even the smallest things can carry the biggest opportunities. And that is exactly why collectors guard theirs with fierce devotion, refusing to let it go for anything less than its true, unimaginable worth. In today's market, stories continue to circulate of auction houses going into a frenzy whenever a top-grade 1958 D-Wheat penny is rumored to be on the horizon. Wealthy bidders prepare in advance, not because they need another coin, but because they crave the prestige of owning a masterpiece that almost never shows itself. For them, the price doesn't matter. What matters is claiming a piece of American minting history that glitters with near mythical perfection. If you happen to have a 1958 D-Wheat penny in flawless condition, people say you're sitting on a silent gold mine, not the kind buried under the earth, but the kind that sits quietly in your palm, waiting for the right moment to reveal its worth. They say it's a coin that doesn't just shine, it transforms. A coin that turns ordinary people into overnight legends. A coin that carries the power to rewrite your future in ways you never imagined. So if this extraordinary treasure ever crosses your path, guard it closely. Don't rush to sell it. Don't let impatience swallow your destiny. For coins like the 1958 D wheat penny aren't just valuable. They are once-in-a-lifetime gifts wrapped in copper and history, humming with opportunity. And one day, when the right collector stands before you with an offer that feels like a dream come alive, you'll understand why this tiny piece of metal is spoken about in hushed, reverent tones. Because it isn't just a penny. It's a fortune waiting for its moment. When people hear the words Liberty 1 dime 1976, their imagination immediately begins to race. A tiny coin, small enough to balance on your fingertip, suddenly transforms into a symbol of hidden treasure. The year 1976 carries a powerful historical emotion in American coinage because it marked the 200th anniversary of independence, and anything connected to that era often feels special. But when it comes to a 1976 Liberty dime, the truth is far more fascinating than fantasy. First, it's important to understand what a 1976 dime actually is. In 1976, the United States was producing the Roosevelt dime, not the older Liberty design people often imagine. The classic Liberty design, known as the Mercury dime, had already been retired decades earlier. So when someone says 1976 Liberty dime, they're usually mixing two different eras of coinage into one exciting story. The 1976 Roosevelt dime features a familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front. It is a modern circulating coin, and unlike older silver dimes, it is made primarily of copper and nickel. That single fact dramatically changes the dream of overnight millions. Because it is not silver, it does not carry intrinsic precious metal value like pre-1965 dimes. Now here is where reality separates from viral myths. A regular 1976 dime found in pocket change is worth exactly 10 cents. Even in uncirculated condition, most examples are only worth a small premium, perhaps a few dollars at most. There is no secret version of the standard 1976 circulation dime that sells for millions in normal circumstances. However, collectors know that value in coins does not come from imagination. It comes from rarity, condition, and error. If a 1976 dime were struck with a dramatic mint error, such as a major off-center strike, double die, or struck on the wrong metal planchet, its value could rise significantly. Error coins attract serious collectors because they are unusual and limited in number. Another important factor is mint mark. In 1976, dimes were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Some San Francisco pieces were proof coins, specially made for collectors with mirror-like surfaces. Even so, most 1976 proof dimes are not rare enough to command life-changing money unless they are in flawless, top-graded condition. The dream of becoming a billionaire overnight from a single 1976 dime is, realistically speaking, a myth. There are coins in American history that have sold for extraordinary amounts, but they are legendary rarities, unique errors, or extremely low mintage pieces. A standard 1976 dime does not fall into that category. That does not mean your coin has no potential at all. If your 1976 dime appears unusual, very sharp details, unusual coloration, or striking errors, it could be worth having examined by a professional grading service. Authentication and grading can determine whether a coin has collector significance beyond face value. Condition plays a powerful role in coin collecting. A coin that has never been circulated, with crisp details and no scratches, is always more desirable than one that has spent decades in pockets. Still, even in perfect mint state condition, most 1976 dimes remain modestly priced compared to truly rare historic coins. The reason so many online stories claim enormous values is simple. Excitement sells. Headlines promising millions overnight attract attention. But serious coin collectors rely on verified auction records, historical production numbers, and certified grading standards rather than viral claims. If you truly want to find coins that can change your financial future, focus on known key dates, low mintage years, and documented minting errors. Research, patience, and knowledge are far more powerful than hope alone. Coin collecting rewards those who study the details carefully. It is also important to clarify that the last regular issue silver dimes for circulation were struck before 1965. Those earlier silver pieces contain 90% silver and carry intrinsic metal value. By 1976, the composition had long since changed, meaning there is no hidden silver jackpot inside a standard 1976 dime. Sometimes confusion arises because people associate the word liberty with any American coin. Many U.S. coins include the word liberty on the obverse, including the Roosevelt dime. But the design itself is not the classic liberty figure from earlier decades. The coin market operates on supply and demand. Millions upon millions of 1976 dimes were produced. When supply is extremely high, value remains low unless there is something truly extraordinary about a specific specimen. If you are holding a 1976 dime right now, look closely at it under magnification. Check for doubling in the lettering, misalignment, or unusual metal coloration. While rare, genuine mint errors can bring higher prices than ordinary coins. Professional grading companies encapsulate coins in protective holders and assign condition scores. High grades like MS-67 or higher can command premiums in modern coins. Yet even at those levels, a 1976 dime would not reach anywhere near $1 million under normal market conditions. The real magic of coin collecting is not about instant billions. It is about history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. Each coin carries a story of the time in which it was struck, the economy it served, and the people who used it. So if someone tells you that your 1976 Liberty dime will make you a billionaire overnight, pause and investigate carefully. Excitement should never replace verification. The coin world rewards careful research, not blind belief. In the end, the 1976 dime is a beautiful piece of everyday American currency, but it is not a secret lottery ticket. Its true value lies in understanding its history and condition. And sometimes, the knowledge you gain from studying coins is worth far more than the coin itself.